Hey everybody, this video is about the GenRight aluminum cargo trays. First off, we sell them in two different sizes. So we have a small one and a larger one. We make brackets specifically for all of these to go on our roll cage, or if you don't have our roll cage, in your existing Jeep. Okay, so to mount the brackets on your cage, you're going to need a drill motor, a Sharpie, a 3/16 drill, a step drill, a 25/64 tap drill, the 7/16 20 plug tap, some grease, 3/8 ratchet, 11/16 wrench, 5/8 wrench, 5/8 socket, a 6-inch extension, a U-joint, and safety glasses. But you do need to buy the specific brackets to mount the cargo rack, whether it's the large one or the small one, for your vehicle. Once you get the brackets, they come with all the necessary hardware, including bungs that you can weld into the cage. Now, if you've already got a powder-coated cage that's done in your Jeep, that's out of the question. So what you're gonna do is you're going to drill and tap the cage and then put your bolts inside that to hold the brackets. Not a big deal. Certainly, as long as you don't over tighten the bolts, putting them in the cage tube won't be a big deal. This is a non-critical cage tube, unlike some of the other ones. So drilling and tapping inside those is just fine. And if for some reason you take your cargo rack out, you're gonna wanna put a bolt back in so it's not an empty hole. We give you plenty of hardware. It's all 7/16 20 that you're able to use, and it's all grade 8, so that's all perfect for mounting this tray. Now, a couple things about mounting the tray. First, I used an old ice chest and a 2x4 to kind of space this up exactly where I want it. And I suggest you go up to the bar and drop straight down, and then take your bracket and put it in. Now, the solid surface of the bracket goes up against the aluminum cage, and the cutout part goes against the cage. So we go in like so, and then you mark the holes where you want to drill them. They're 12.5 inches apart for the large cargo tray. I line it up with these holes on here. I move it over to where it's just right, and then I reach in and mark it. Okay? Then I'll shift this out of the way. I'll mark 12.5 inches over, and that's my second mark. I'm gonna drill a 3/16 pilot hole so that my big drill doesn't walk off on me. And again, I want the high point of the tube where I'm going to drill and tap. Okay, after I drill the pilot hole, I like to use a step drill because they don't tend to grab. All right, now chase that with the 25/64. Okay, so if you're tapping the tube like I am, put a little grease on the tap, and then go ahead and tap the tube. I'm gonna do this side now. Just like if you were doing it by hand, you have to go back and forth a few times. So that side's all done. Now we're gonna come over and do the other side. Now that we have the holes in the tube right on the center, we're gonna go ahead and bolt the bracket in. As you can see, it's tapered this way, so wide at the top, narrow at the bottom. This is the way that it goes onto the tube, and you're bolting on the two tabs, not the solid section. So now you can go ahead and thread in the bolts. That's going to be a 5/8 wrench. You're gonna bolt these up on both sides, get them nice and snug, then you'll fit in your cargo tray. Once you have that in, your cargo tray has a few holes of adjustment up or down. So actually that'll give you a little bit of leeway to fit more gear underneath the rack. Let me finish getting this in, and I want to show you after the cargo rack's in, when you close and lock the door, whatever you have in here is secure. Now, when you close the rear door after you've got your cargo in there and you hit the lock, now nobody can reach in here and get your gear out from underneath the cargo rack. So it helps give you some additional security as long as you have your gear in bags or totes that nobody could just easily slip out of there. This is a really nice way to divide up the cargo space, put things on top, put things in the bottom. Certainly you want your heavier stuff down on the bottom. And like I said, we have this large rack, or we have a smaller one that can also fit in here if you have bigger, bulkier items that you need to fit behind the rack. All right, one of the cool things about these brackets is that there's already holes put in them that you can use for a variety of things. We put in a 12-volt receptacle, which also you can get on Amazon, that has USBs and everything in there. They come with a nice little rubber plug, or you can even use it to bolt on your flag that you're gonna have out in the dunes or down at the beach. Both racks are a great way to divide up this cargo space.